Hello dear students. Today we study chapter 3 metals and nonmetals. The elements can be classified as metals or nonmetals on the basis of their properties. So let's see physical properties of metals first with the help of activities. Okay? Collect the samples of metals like iron, copper, aluminum, magnesium, zinc, etc. Activity 1. Take samples of metals like iron and copper. Clean the surface of each samples by rubbing them with sandpapers and note their appearance before rubbing and after rubbing. We see metals in their pure state have shining surface. This property is called metallic luster. Activity 2. Take small piece of iron, copper, etc. Try to cut these metals with a sharp knife and note your observation. You will find that metals are generally hard. The hardness varies from metal to metal. Activity 3. Take a piece of iron, zinc, lead and copper. Place any one metal on a hard surface and strike 4 to 5 times with a hammer. What do you observe? Repeat with other metals and record the change in the shape of these metals. By this activity, you will find that some metals can be beaten into thin sheets. This property is called malleability. In the list of metals, the gold and silver are the best malleable metals. Activity 4. Consider some metals such as iron, copper, aluminum, lead, etc. Which of the above metals are also available in the form of wires? You will get above all metals get in the form of wires. The ability of metals to be drawn into thin wires is called ductility. Gold is the most ductile metal. You will be surprised to know that a wire of about 2 km length can be drawn from just 1 gram of gold. The malleability and ductility are the two most useful property of the metals because we can be given different shapes according to our needs as jewelries, ornaments and vessels which we need in our daily life. Activity 5. Take a aluminum or copper wire, clamp this wire on a stand as shown in figure 3.1. Fix a pin to the free end of the wire using wax. Heat the wire with a spirit lamp, candle or a burner near the place where it is clamped. What do you observe after some time? Note your observation. Does the metal wire melt? No. The above activity shows that metals are good conductors of heat and have high melting points. The best conductors of heat are silver and copper metals. Lead and mercury are comparatively poor conductors of heat. Activity 6. Set up an electric circuit as shown in figure 3.2. Place the metal to be tested in the circuit between the terminals A and B as shown. Does the bulb glow? What does this indicate? After inserting samples of metals, if bulb glows, we confirm that metals are generally good conductors of electricity. You must have seen that the wires that carry current in your homes have coated on polyvinyl chloride. It means PVC or a rubber-like materials. Why are electric wires coated with such substances? It is because metals carry current means to prevent from shock or to prevent from electric short circuits. Let's study one more physical property of metal. What happens if one of metal vessel or container drops to a hard surface? Do they produce sound? If yes, means the metals that produce a sound on striking a hard surface are said to be sonorous property. So think this question, why school bells are made up of metals? Non-metals. These are very few non-metals as compared to metals. For example, carbon, sulfur, iodine, oxygen, etc. Non-metals are exist in solids, liquid and gaseous state. If we carry out the same activities from 1 to 6 with samples of non-metals, we get the following result. 1. Non-metals are generally non-chaining or luster. Second, non-metals are generally soft in nature. Third point, non-metals are generally not malleable nor a ductile. Fourth point, non-metals are generally poor or bad conductors of heat. Fifth point, non-metals are generally poor or bad conductors of electricity also. By studying the general physical properties of metals, we cannot group alone because there are many exceptions are there. For examples, all metals except mercury exist as solid at room temperature. Second, you have observed that metals have high melting point and boiling point, but gallium and cesium have very low melting point and boiling point. These two metals will melt if you kept them on your palm. Third, iodine is a non-metal but it is lustrous. Fourth, carbon is a non-metal that can exist in different forms. Each form is called an allotrope form of carbon. So, diamond, an allotrope form of carbon, but it is the hardest natural substance known and has a very high melting point and boiling point. Another one allotrope of carbon is graphite. Is a good conductor of electricity. 5. Alkali metals means earth metals also it is called. Example, lithium, sodium, potassium are so soft that they can be cut with the help of knife because they have low densities and low melting points also.